Hello everybody and welcome to my very first episode of TNT Tips and Tricks. Before I get started here, I would like to thank you all so much for taking the time to check out this video. It really means a lot to me, guys. The basic goal of this video series is to try to give you tips and tricks to help you become a better overall player. Couple quick shout outs here before we get started. Flashback, Crazy Caveman, and Grub, thank you guys so much for taking the playtime out of your day to help me make this video. Without you guys, it probably wouldn't have been possible. Anyways guys, I really hate videos with long intros, so let's get to it. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys a couple of cheeky spots and trickeries that I have found. Whether I happen to stumble across them myself during gameplay, or whether I was killed by someone using them, and so on and so forth. Hopefully, these spots and trickeries will help you catch your enemies off guard for an easier kill. So as you can probably tell, we will be starting on the map Bank, and the first cheeky spot is located at the front of the bank. If you know that there is an enemy sitting in the main lobby somewhere, you might be able to use this spot for a sneaky kill. As you can see, from this spot you can see just about everything behind the teller's desk. You can also see a little bit upstairs in the room right above the teller's desk, allowing you for an easy takeout up there as well. Now this next spot is a little tighter, so you have to be a little quicker on the trigger, or if you're lucky enough, the enemy will slowly peek out as you saw Flashback do. Now, let's see what that looks like from the defender's point of view. Twitch is very well hidden up there. Nobody is going to expect this. They're either going to be looking at the main entrance or they're going to be looking at the side windows, but not up there. And it's the same thing for the other spot. This is one of those spots where it's a low risk, low reward, but if you do pull it off, you'll get an early 5-4 lead and a nice feeling of accomplishment. For this next spot, we will be switching it over to the defender's side. This spot is for if you are defending an objective downstairs. If you walk up to these trash cans, you can actually vault on top of them and see all the way to the garage ramp. What makes this spot as good as it is the garage door jammed up by the cop car. Since you are high up and the attacker's line of sight is low, you will see their lower body before they see you at all. It's the same concept for this spot over here. The attacker will have a better chance of seeing you and taking you out at this spot, but you still have the advantage because of yours and the attacker's point of view. Now if the attacker knows you're in a spot where they can't see you because the garage door is in the way, they might resort to laying down, which in turn should give you an even easier kill. Now let's see that from the attacker's point of view. As you can see, from the attacker's point of view, the garage door is in the way and I can't even see the top of the trash cans unless I lay down. But if I do decide to lay down, it's a very tight spot to try to kill the enemy, and I am more vulnerable because I'm not able to move as quickly to avoid being shot at. Same goes for the other spot. I'm not able to see him unless I go prone, which even then it's a very tough shot because I can just see the tip of his head. Alright guys, we're going to move on to the next map, which is Chalet. For this spot, your operator of choice is Valkyrie, just so you can make sure the cams get put in good spots. This spot is best if you're defending somewhere in the kitchen, dining room, or trophy room, depending on what mode you're playing. During the prep phase, you want to put a camera in the trophy room, then head upstairs to the master bedroom. You want to break down this big door, as you see, I have already done. Then, once the action phase starts, you want to get a camera outside so you can see outside the trophy room. One cheeky spot I have found is a very low risk, very low reward spot. If you head over to the room next to the master bedroom, which is the office, and break down this door right here, you have a very tight angle outside and can see anyone who decides to stand on the rocks. Once again, it will be very unlikely that you will get a kill from here because not a lot of people are going to go stand on those rocks. But I've been able to snag a couple kills off it myself, so maybe you can too. Last stop standing. For the first trickery of the video, we're going to go back to the master bedroom door that you broke down. If you take a look at your camera and they haven't shot it yet, and there's somebody outside attacking the trophy room, they're going to be focused on the trophy room window, which will allow you to run out onto the balcony and take them out from above with ease. The best part about this spot is if they make their way into the trophy room, you're still a threat. If you look at your camera that you placed in the trophy room at the beginning of the round and see there is someone in there, you can run out onto the balcony, hop over the railing, and look into the trophy room window. Nobody will be expecting this, and you can get a kill or two, or even more depending on if the enemy team is paying attention or not. I would not recommend doing this if the window is closed. So that's all I have for you guys for Chalet. The next map we're going to be talking about is House. The trickery I have for you on House is one that I use almost every time my team and I are defending downstairs. And even against the higher ranks, I catch them off guard and get one taps all day. This trick is best used if the enemy is obviously going to be attacking the garage. Make sure you do the first step during the prep phase and not the action phase, so you have to put your stuff down quickly and race to the offices. Once in offices, you want to break this window like so. After that, you want to go to the dining room window and wait until about 3 to 5 seconds into the action phase and break it any amount of times you want. Just make sure the enemy team is able to see that it is broken. After you've completed these 2 steps, you are ready to peek the first window you broke with very little worry that you'll get picked off and easily line up headshots if you see someone. The reason why this works so well, along with the fact that you've distracted the enemy team by breaking the very obvious dining room window, is this window is very secluded and unnoticeable compared to the other windows you could peek from. You've got this column in the way, you've got this railing in the way. All these factors make your chances greater at them not noticing you until you take out that first guy. So that's all I have to show you guys on House. Now let's move on to the next map, which will be Clubhouse. If you are defending just about anywhere in the clubhouse, this is a pretty good spot to use. This is the most recent one I had used against me in GB. If you didn't know, you can actually squeeze your way between these upside down chairs next to the jukebox and hide underneath these tables. And just to clarify, you can get under here with those chairs still there, but somebody, I'm not going to name any names, had to make things difficult and destroy everything in the environment. Now, let's see how this looks from the attacker's point of view. As you can see, even though you know Kavera is there, it's pretty hard to notice her, and you can tell, unless the enemy knows about this spot, they aren't going to notice you at all. And that is actually the only spot I have to show you on Clubhouse, so now we're going to move on to my favorite map, Favelas. This first spot is best used if your team is defending the football room or the packaging room. You're going to make your way to the window on the back stairs and hold this angle and aim just to the right of the pink building. Keep in mind that it's much easier to do this during the night time, but it is still very possible to do during the day. When you do this cheeky spot, you will catch people who spawn by the market and decide to head up to the top of the building. Now at first, this spot may seem like a spot where the enemy can take you out easily, but from the attacker's point of view, it's a different story. As you can see, this is a very tight angle to counter, and the distance only makes it that much harder. This next spot is for if you are attacking armory. The best place to spawn for this is by the market, but you can also spawn in the school alley. What you want to do is make your way to this wall. Make sure you breach the wall more to the right and not to the left, because if you breach to the left, you won't be able to see as much as you can if you break to the right. As you can see, if you breach this wall a little more to the right than to the left, you have a pretty good line of sight all the way to the armory. And a bonus to it is another super tight angle for the defense, which makes it that much harder for them to counter you. The next map we are going to be talking about is Hereford Base. This spot on Hereford is pretty straightforward. All you have to do is make sure that the hatch is reinforced, or if it is busted open, you can still do this, but only at your own risk. So both of these angles can be found in the northwest corner of the room, and you will be laying down for both of them. If you lay down and look towards the south entrance of the room, you will see that if the defender peeks the doorway, you will see nothing but his head for one taps all day. For this next spot, if the attackers breach this wall, that sets you up to use it. If you're laying down, you can look through this little dirty SOB here, and the enemy peeks the breached wall, you will also see nothing but their head for one taps for 2 straight days. This spot is gold, because from the attacker's point of view, the absolute only way they're going to be able to take you out if they peek the lockers is by knowing the angle and knowing that you are there. Because as you can see, the defender is nowhere to be seen. Alright guys, I know this video is getting a little long, but just hang in there, I have a few more to show you. The next map we are going to be on is Oregon. This spot is best used if you are defending downstairs, because a lot of the times you will see people breaching the floor by armory to get a good view down the objective stairs. The first thing you want to do is during the prep phase, head upstairs and break the window straight ahead. After you break that window, you're going to head through the meeting room and up to the top floor of the watchtower and break open the shown window. As you can see, you have a very good view of the top of the stairs that everybody loves to breach. If you are patient enough and the enemy doesn't notice you, you can get one taps every day of the week. I'm just handing out one taps here, guys. Alright, thank you guys for sticking around for this long. I have one more map to show you guys, and that map is Chalet. This cheeky spot will be most useful if you are playing secure area and defending the server room, but it can also be used for hostage or bomb if the enemy decides to go to the ledge that connects the hallway window and the objective window. If you sit behind this little system of computers at this angle, you can see the hallway window and you'll easily be able to take the attackers out because they most likely won't see you. A lot of you probably already knew about this spot, but the Sneck Spot I don't think is very well known because I've never seen it being used, other than by me. If the enemy decides to move on over to the objective window to get a different angle on the room, there's a slight angle you can use through the grates of the cage protecting the computer. Now you might think, oh, but Pure, you're only getting that spot because of the way you told that guy to peek. But the truth is, about 90% of the time I use this spot, people peek just like that, because they know you're back there and they're trying to get a good shot on you. If you take your time and are patient enough with this angle, you will make, you guessed it, one tap city. Anyways guys, we have finally made it to the end of the video. I know it was a long journey, but thank you so much for sticking around. If you liked the video, or if I showed you a new angle that you just can't wait to try out in the game, leave a like down below and subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me, guys. Also, don't forget to check out my other videos. You can easily find those on my channel. If you like this type of video or you have some questions on tips and tricks, just let me know down in the comment section below and I will try to get more content like this out in the future. Anyways guys, have a good day, and remember, no matter what life throws at you, keep your chin up and be happy.
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry, be happy. In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry you make it double. Don't